right here in verse 79, I am not a fan of how religion tends to strip the individual of their worth. And this verse does that for me.
This reminds me of a conversation that I had with my father years ago about the will of God, the will of Allah. And in some conversations that I had introducing him to Islam, this is the one thing that he just did not get. And he said, if things are already written and I don't have any power over the decisions and over how my life goes, then I might as well just go kill myself. I may as well just go hang myself from a tree. And so I realized that this is a concept that is not complicated, but it is kind of opposite to really Western thought. And because you're an atheist, my brother's an atheist, I get how the perspective is very different, and it's very, very, very opposite to individualism, into the way that Western world works, where the individual is considered the best thing, and everybody kind of does what they want, because making sure that every individual gets what they want is priority. But Islamically, we are more involved in our community. We are more the whole essence of Islam is to produce a proper and thriving community, as opposed to raising up in particular individuals so that they can be set apart or set higher, or attributing power, or attributing goodness, or attributing changing of events and that to individuals. We steer all of that towards Allah, because Allah is the one who created all of us. Allah is the one who brought us all into existence. Allah is the one who gives us what we're supposed to have, and only gives us what we're supposed to have, and allows us to do the things that we do. So, like Mariah Carey's song, Make It Happen. This is antithetical to Islam, because you can't make anything happen except if Allah has allowed it to take place. And this is a very difficult concept to wrap the brain around, especially because you're not a person who follows, Islam. That in Islam, we always attribute every good to Allah, because it is a blessing. Anything that we're able to do of benefit is a blessing. Like, if you're given charity, you're a nice person, but you weren't able to do that except that God let you do that, and God guided you to do that, right? When we say that, when we see this part of the Quran, and we see that the evil is from ourselves, that means that we've done something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is displeased with at some point. We've made a sin. We've forgotten about God. We've forgotten about the duty that we have on this earth to make it a better place, and we've sinned against ourselves. And we need cleansing from that sin. So when Allah allows us to go through trouble and through trials, that purifies us and raises our rank. So what this ayah is talking about is that every good that we have is a blessing from God, and all the bad things that happen to us, these are to purify our souls, because we make mistakes. I'm not sure if that's a good enough explanation, but I just wanted to answer that particular point in your video, because I have experience explaining this to my family members. And again, for someone, there are certain aspects of Islam that, unless you're actually a person of faith and you actually believe in Islam, they're going to be very foreign concepts. But I hope that what I've offered you will help you kind of grasp that idea. And it's not just in this one part in the Quran. It's actually something that's pervasive throughout the life of the Muslim, that when they are tried, when something happens that they don't like, they still praise Allah. We still say, Alhamdulillah, all praise and thanks is to God, because it could have been worse, and it is definitely going to give us some type of lesson. And even if it's not a lesson, and even if it's something that doesn't seem to have any purpose, the base purpose of everything that we have in this life is to gain rewards through still keeping our faith in God and remembering Him and thanking Him.